Probably just leave. I see you later. Hasta luego. Cop a new crib. Got some new neighbors. You get this big, they gon' want favors. They gon' want flavors. Probably roll. Hope the Lord save us. Wait for these haters. Hope the Lord save us. Wait for these snakes. Wait for these fakes. Wait, I need breaks. Wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on, better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind.
We got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan. No fighting in no way.
Poppin' knockin' when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a bad but I only got the best intention. Tougher, not a bluffer. I want you to be my lead. Don't have to take it undercover. Just on the bells are ringing. People singing, rice is throwing, flower bringing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the honeymoon is when we going. And I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot us in the basement party. Yeah. Turn into the greatest party. Yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once and we went up. Yeah. In my love a tripping. Yeah. Now I feel my body drifting. Yeah. Baby girl, she got me lifted. The mind tripping. Yeah. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often. More than just a little. I be shutting down the city, black the latest gears. When she wear, you see that sun in the air. Fashion week all year, throwing money in the air. She's happy with my lady. Other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory. Ball players wanna date her. All we got is loyalty. I'm treating you like royalty. I'ma spoil you every day of the week. Shot us in the basement party. Yeah. Turn into the greatest party. Yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, then we went up. Yeah. And my love a tripping. Now I feel my body drifting. My body dripping. But she got me lifted. The mind tripping. She's so. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, now breathe, baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey. Inhale, exhale, let's take a breath and breathe, baby. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We have two teams in today's game with plenty of confidence as they're riding big-time winning streaks. It's the Vikings going up against the Packers. With that, let's hand things over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 14 matchup.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that leads to a Green Bay first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Cooks has it over the middle. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Packers. Brandon Cooks hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And it's up and good. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on third down. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection or if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
His throw incomplete. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
He'll field this at the 5. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
3rd and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen for West. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, the Packers hand things over to Jake Shum to punt it. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance.
And the ball is knocked out. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. 23 yards on the play. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball, but when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They're going to look to throw. They complete it to Hill. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They'll look to throw again. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They come out here in the eye. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And complete right side to Cook. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They send Green to the left on his own. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. Give him 18 on that one. And that leads to a Minnesota 1st down.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that. Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
Let's go. Back there, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play there on the screen pass. 30 yards.
A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up. Little screen pass, lofted over, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right.
Now it's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is... Jeez, they don't even know if their guy's going to drink the water. All right, 3rd quarter. Let's get to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. And now a first down following that long gain. He'll look to throw. And he'll with it over the middle. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Minnesota first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pass incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's second down. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Rodgers again here on second and 10. Caught left side by Cobb. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
Oftentimes, guys who do a really nice job on the wide receiver screen plays are really good punt returners. It's the same skill. Make the first guy miss, and then pick up your blocking and get downfield. Nice gain on that play.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the I. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
319.
On second down, here's Rodgers. That's caught at the 1. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on a passing play.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Back to throw now on first down. They complete it to Hill. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
4-6 defense, they were daring them to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive linemen, the center and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain. Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And Nelson's got it here right side. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. To throw, it's Rodgers. And able to find Green. 14 yards there on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll go on the ground. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Back now at Lambeau. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect that.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. It's caught. Nelson. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Bunch formation. Come on, boys, come on. Watch 12.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got it to West on the dump off. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Crosby puts it through, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now.
And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You've probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll set up a throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. In motion, Hill. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll give the Vikings a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it go again. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go.
And the back goes into motion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Hey,
Rodgers now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And fourth down coming up. Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. And they'll get him down up past the 15. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Now a carry here for Terrence West. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. To throw is Rodgers. Green's got it over the middle. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, fourth quarter, the fans are the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
He's back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. To throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they're going to speed things up here. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 at 7.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get from a little. I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, hard building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out. Like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up with your friends thing. Tell they bougie. Go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap. Tell them break your neck. Go and bust a rhyme. Going down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I'm Mike. Lose it. Lose it. I'm Mike. Lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blowing down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Blowing down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it.
cruise ship. I'm tired of this in the kitchen. But how else am I gonna get it? 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 I'm getting kinda tired of all this in the kitchen. How else am I gonna get it? 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 Whip. How else am I gonna get it? How else am I gonna get it? Whip. How else am I gonna get it? How else am I gonna get it?
Babe, show me what you like. Hey, I put money I can.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features a very active secondary.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
Single receiver, man. You're on an island over there. Single receiver. Set! Blue landed! Blue landed!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
He completes it to Julio Jones. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down Vikings.
No. Check. Patriot!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Nine yards to go. It's third down.
Let's go!
Looking to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They run. Devontae Freeman. A gain of 3, second down. So let's take a look here at the key inactives. And, Charles, I guess you get this late in the year, you expect to see some guys populating on this list.
You're exactly right. No one's happy about it, but it really shouldn't be a surprise. So the guys who are playing in their spots, in their stead, they have to step up now and make big plays for their team.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Ah, yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
Green 39! Green 39!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The left side completion to Jones. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Set!
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Now back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Let's go.
They go back to Riddick. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
On the ground, it's Riddick. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Riddick. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. So the defense flinches, contact made, and the 5-yard penalty ensues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Here's Riddick. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This will be caught inside the 10. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play here. 3rd down and goal from the 2. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. A really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Caught right side is Jeffrey. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers. And
touchdown, Vikings! Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Godot's kick is right through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah,
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll set up to throw. Surveying the field. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Shepard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw now on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will be brought down as time is now running. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Vikings defense ready to head back out there now. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better, a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long.
Let's go!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Giants defense now ready as they trot back out onto the field. And a really nice job last time. Offense had great field position, but they were able to hold them just 4 plays, and they had to hit the field goal.
We saw the benefits of practice there from the defense, though, didn't we? Because most teams, when they got that type of field position that they have to start defense on, they treat it almost like what we call sudden change. You know, after a turnover, a big kick return, whatever that is, you tell the guys, listen, you got to bow up. You got to get in there. Make sure you don't give up any more than a field goal.
They bowed up all right. We'll see if they bow up again. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, a great read and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
And now out come the Giants. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now. Charles, what do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They'll look to throw. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Back to throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And the Giants ready to come out now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled.
And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Riddick with a carry. A strong running. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green, 30.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And this week, as the numbers show, just not as crisp. I don't know what it is, arm strength or what, but just not the same as last week, right?
One of the things we noticed last week was the ability to look off defenders. You know, look in one direction to set them up, move them in that spot, and then come back in the opposite direction and hit open receivers. Today, what we're seeing is him just kind of locking on to people. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to throw it. Maybe he has just too much confidence in his arm. For whatever reason, not nearly as sharp or crisp as we saw in the game last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a 1st down.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
They come up in an offset eye. Now back to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up second down. One receiver right, that's Jeffrey. They'll drop to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Hang on now. Blue line it. Blue line. Now look at 56. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They come out here in the eye. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Well, the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. In the red zone this time. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. Freeman. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And now the offense gets set for play number 15 on this drive. It has been a long, long stanza for this unit. 2nd and goal from the 7. A give to the fullback on the dive. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the 3 now. Here they come on 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked so well. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll set up to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And now they're in the hurry-up. Shift together here from the D-line. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And this looks to probably be the final play. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to rebound next.
Turn up and make it something to believe in. You know you got to turn up to make the heart go. I said you got to turn up and put your hand where I can see that. You know you got to turn up to keep 'em begging for. I set my soul on fire off of you, my love, and I built a house of dirt and bone from the ground. You talk it like you needed it all your life. If you want it, baby, you can have it all. But then you better turn up and make it something to believe in. You know you got to turn up to make the heart go. I said you better turn up and put your hand where I can see that. You know you got to turn up to keep 'em begging for. You'll lose your way. You'll make mistakes. You're gonna learn to fight many days in so many ways. Ain't nothing gonna shake me, 'cause you'll always be my baby. Ain't nothing more I want from you, my love, girl. That's what you really want. Must be what you really want. If that's what you really want, my love, I said you better turn up and make it something to believe in. You know you got to turn up to make the heart go. I said you got to turn up and play your cards where I can see them. You know you got to turn up to keep 'em begging for.
You better not be the one to doubt us, 'cause we've been putting in the hours.